Hey there, Wendy here with Jazzydoodledesigns, and today let's take a look at what I've colored so far in April. Now, we still have a few days left in April, but right now, as y'all know, I'm selling my businesses, so things are crazy. So I really doubt I'm going to be coloring anymore, so I thought maybe we'd just go ahead and wrap this up, and if I do happen to get one done, I'll just pop it into May. I can't even believe that it's almost May. This year has flown by. So first up is this little book. I did a color along with my friend Christine Tatro. That is how she says her name. And we did this page. Now, Lavella's Coloring does a color along each month in this book. And I encourage you to check her out on Instagram because she posts a different page each month and it's like a big group color along. So I also participated in that. So I think this page is just so cute. And I don't know, the cat getting the fish and the dog getting the hot dogs. And if you've watched the channel before, I've said this before, but I always think that the fish is getting the hot dog, and it just cracks me up every time. But I couldn't figure out what this was. Now, Christine informed me it's probably a pan for the hot dogs, which totally makes sense. I have no idea why my brain didn't connect that, but I thought, well, I don't know what it is, so I'm going to make it a flower pot. So I put some flowers in there. I also filled in a lot of the grass, but I like how this page turned out. I love the whimsical nature, and I really like that this book is small because the pages aren't, difficult to complete. So, Christine told me how to say it. I'm not even going to try it today. My brain's a clutter, but I will definitely be working again in this one. Oh, and I use Color Soft pencils. So this, if you've been on the channel before, you know this is my couch book. I did several in this. So this was done with Holbein pencils. Yeah, you heard that right. I haven't announced it yet, but I did tell you my husband got me a Mother's Day gift, and I got it early, and it's the Holbein pencils. Y'all, I really like them. I've enjoyed working with them. As you can see, you get good vibrancy. I don't know. I mean, so far, so good. I've enjoyed working with them. I still have to put the numbers on them. I got them in color family order, so we're getting there. This one also was done with the Holbein pencils. And one more. Also done with the Holbeins. When I got them, I just had to play. And this is the book I go to play. So, yeah. So overall, I'm looking forward to working with them on another paper, but I spray all of my pages with workable fixative to add a little more tooth because this paper is terrible. But so far, I mean, I feel like the Holbeins hold their own with this paper. So I'm looking forward to working with them. Next up is this one. Now, I just posted the color along on the channel yesterday for this page, and I talked about it in my coloring plans, but it's this one. And I had a definite palette in my mind. It didn't work out exactly as I pictured it, but I wanted this muted turquoise and then pops of orange in the berries. And I like how this page turned out. I will say this, I like it better in person than I do on camera. There's something about the French grays underneath the turquoise that make it look a little, dare I say, dingy on camera. And I don't know, it just, there's something about, I mean, it's always, you know, it's kind of like glitter, right? You try and take a picture of it and it never shows. Well, I don't normally experience that just in general, but I do feel like this page is very much so that way. So, but I enjoyed working in this book, and I'll definitely work again. This was a request by one of my subscribers, a lovely lady, and I hope she likes the page I colored for her. And Animo Deboya, I think that's the boy. Oh, Wendy. You would think somebody was kind enough to tell me in the comments how to pronounce it. I should probably check my comments before I decide to film, but you know, that would be too efficient. So anyway, I really enjoyed this book and I look forward to working in it again. Next up is our garden gnomes. And Janet Watts had requested that I colored this page. And wow, what a riot of color this is. But I really enjoyed coloring with it. I used the Color pencils and they did fantastic. I enjoyed working with those pencils. And I don't remember enjoying working with them when I had worked with them in the past. So I'm not sure if it was the paper, my mood, what. But I really enjoyed it this time. Now, I could go in with a blender and kind of blend all this out, and I think it would look better. But I enjoy how it turned out, and I don't mind on some pages the, I'll call it the colored pencil look. It really depends a lot on my mood. The only thing about this page that does bother me a little bit is that because the back of this mushroom is so similar to the color of his little hands, when you first glance at the page, it looks like he has 3 hands, and it really bugs me. But not enough that I'm gonna change the background mushroom color or change his hand color. I guess I could give him gloves, but that's the only thing that kind of bothers me about this page. Otherwise, I enjoy the fun, whimsical nature of the colors and of this book in general, and I hope to work in this book again soon. Next up is this page. Now, I used the Castle Art Gold in this, but, oh, I'm sorry. This book is Rita Berman's Under the Microscope on Land or whatever. I took this when my husband and I went on a trip, and I put the Castle Art Gold pencils. And I gotta be honest, I did not enjoy using those pencils in this book. I've used them on other pages and liked it just fine, but there was something about those pencils in this book that I didn't really enjoy. I really struggled to even finish this page, but it was the only pencils I had, so I finished it-ish. I didn't put a background. I don't like how it turned out. Not that it's awful. It looks fine. But I just didn't enjoy this at all. So, note to self, no Castle Art Golds in this particular book. But, anyway, that's all I have to say about that one. Next up is Mina Raisa Dirge Africa. I did a 2-page spread in this book this month. It's this underwater scene. I adore coloring underwater. I think it's so fun because you can do whatever. And I'll try and tilt the book. Hopefully you can see down here in the rocks and stuff, there is some shiny bits. And then I did these little pearls, or these bubbles, and they took a fair amount of time. But I really like how they turned out. Overall, I'm pleased with the spread in general. But that's the only page, or the only 2 pages that I have done this month in this book. It's, I think the rest were from March and February. So hopefully in May I will do more. I didn't have as much time this month, and the next one you guys requested that I work with ink tints. So my next page I'll be working with ink tints in this book. Okay, next up is this one. Okay, so this is the La Grande Classics Disney page, and I've been trying to figure out how I want to color these because I don't like when the numbers pop through. So I have been working, this one I did with acrylic marker, and overall I'm happy with it. Now, I struggled for colors with the brown, and then I put some colored pencil over it, and I really didn't like the textural, I don't know, it didn't go on smoothly, and so, yeah, it's been an adventure in this book, but I think coloring is supposed to be about the journey. It's supposed to be about having fun, and you know, this has been a challenge to figure out, especially in these wider areas, how to smooth out like the streaky look of markers. And up here I used Prismacolor or colored pencil. I think it was Prismacolor over the Arctic's acrylic markers, and I do feel like that helps smooth things out up here. But then, like I said, down here it didn't work, and so I'm not sure, you know, what happened there. I don't know. So I will continue to explore and experiment with this book, but you know, these are what they are, and they're fun, and that's all that matters, right? Okay, and last but not least, guys, I have a whip. I only have one, but I have a whip. Now, this is a page I've been working on with my mom. When she comes over to the house, sometimes we color, and this is one that we started in December. And then when she was over recently, we did a little more work in here. It's my whip, and I'm proud of it. I finally have a whip. That's so exciting. I know some people say they have like more whips than they have pictures, but I just color it to completion before I move on. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but maybe by next Christmas we'll have this completed. But anyway, yeah, my first whip. Yay, me! So that's gonna do it. I appreciate you guys popping in, and until next time, happy coloring. Thank you for watching another video from Jazzydoodledesigns. If you enjoy adult coloring content, please consider subscribing. You can now find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. I welcome all comments and suggestions. Don't forget to like the video before you go, and until next time, take care.